All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Club Killers podcast. I'm your host, DJ DeVille. We have Exile in the building, and we have two special guests alongside us today, the Morningwood kitchen crew. Ooh. We've got Overlake. What's up, Overlake?
How are you doing? Thanks for having us.
Mark Eatson. Welcome.
Nice
it's
to
a pleasure
here,
to have you guys here.
Let's go.
No, it's awesome because I will say you guys are very inspiring. We've been obviously through producer Kellen here. Shout out to Kellen. He really early on put us on to what you guys are doing, and it's very inspiring. And I want you guys to say, I don't even want to put the words in your mouth, but like explain what the Morningwood Kitchen is.
Good name too. Right away, I caught it.
It's genius. I mean, it's genius.
I think the name speaks for it. That's the brand. If you have a good name, it's like we're in a band. Yeah. When you have a good band name, everything else should just fall in place. It starts with the name, though. It's catchy.
Yeah, we're basically just DJs that dress as chefs, and we just cook in a kitchen, and we provide brunch for everybody that comes in for the party. And
well, it's not only you guys, so you also have guest chefs, right? So you guys cook, and you also have sometimes a feered chef, right?
Yeah, break down the run of show, how that breaks down. Like, so you guys hire a chef, DJs. Like, how does give me the whole, like, people that don't know, Morningwood.
I mean, got what? Did you wake up with Morningwood, or someone did?
What is the whole, I guess.
Like, how's the show break down?
Yeah.
Well, the chef thing actually come from, I put on a chef jacket one time in one of our very, very first shows. I just thought it'd be funny to come out and just put the chef jacket on, and I just surprised the boys with it.
The first episode that we did was not a live stream. It was just we set up our cameras and set the decks on the table counter, and we were all in normal street clothes, and we each did a 30, 45 minute set, and then he comes in, the last chef to come in, with a chef jacket on, and we're like, in that moment, I was like, we should all be dressed as chefs. And then I got online, found some chef jackets, found somebody in town to embroider them, and started making it a memento for coming on our show.
Oh yeah,
and it just made it more personable. And Mark inspired that idea, and then this whole thing was just like, okay, now we got to play into their chefs in a kitchen. We're all about the double entendres. Yeah, the more we can do, push the Morningwood.
Oh, it's great because it's like we always say,
don't push the Morningwood. What might happen? It's going to explode or something.
It might. It's always rock hard. I'll tell you that. So we're already hard in the kitchen as soon as we get in there, like ready to go. This is not, double entendre.
Double entendre. Yeah, we're on board playing.
No, but we're always saying we're cooking when we're DJing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the perfect combination. And I personally resonate with this because I was actually just thinking about this just recently. Is when I was in high school, I originally was thinking about being a pastry chef.
No way.
And I decided to go I was going to go to Cordon Bleu University in Orlando, or I was going to go to Full Sail. And I'm like, I had to pick something. And I ended up defaulting to DJing. But then obviously it's two things that go hand in hand because you're taking unrelated ingredients, making it something of your own. And I think that's what's so cool about it is because everybody loves food and everybody loves music. Those are two of the most human things you can have with a group of people.
You need it.
You literally combine the two.
You need it. Food and music.
They're both sustenance. Yeah, they're both sustenance, aren't they?
Yeah. And so how did you guys meet? Like so obviously there was a beginning of you guys being friends, right? How did this kind of manifest? Were you just when did you decide you wanted to be business partners in this way?
So another one of our friends, one of the other chefs who we did the first season with, Raul, I was introduced to Chaz through him. He was working on a track with me, helping engineer, and we booked a studio, the Killer Studio out here in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And I was doing some like weird instruments and African percussion and stuff, and we needed some stuff recorded, and he brought in Chaz. And from the very first day, there was just something special about this kid, and I was like, I called him Drummer Boy in my phone. I think he still is Drummer Boy in my phone, Zook Drummer Boy. But we just hit it off. There was some natural chemistry between us. And then I was just like, I'm just going to be mates with this guy. Outside of the music industry, like there was something that was just that. He made me feel like a kid again. Nice. I even noticed this yesterday at the drum convention thing. Like how excited you are, just it rubs off on you. Yep. And ever since then, it's just been a crazy ride of just things kind of unfolding, and you almost can't give him an idea because he'll run with it, and then all of a sudden, like with the chef jackets, like
we get ourselves like riled up. Like he says an idea, and then we're like, okay, just so many ideas at the table that you got to like prioritize. Okay, what's going to be good for the brand, and we'll probably get into creating our brands down the road. But he chose me over Splice. He wanted a live musician, and that's kind of how this thing started. Was we kind of started a collective of getting together, creating tunes, similar music we like. He comes from a trance background, has opened up a lot of the Vegas clubs and played main room in town, and I'm a musician that's seasoned as well, playing in front of tons of people, but I'm new to this DJ world, and I want to learn this, and it didn't come so much easy to me, but I wanted to learn the right way with DJing, and you guys have put in maybe your 10,000 hours, we call it, to be a pro. I'm not there yet, but still learning, and I feel like just the fact that we started something that is creating a community out here has just started from the bond that me and Mark had, and also our partner Raul. It started in the kitchen. We got together, we put the decks down, probably around COVID that we started.
Yes, the grassroots kind of feel. Yeah, we were just.
So that was my next question, actually. So, like, how long has the Morningwood Kitchen brand been in existence in a full momentum form?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
This month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cheers.
amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
The 1 year anniversary. That's amazing.
1 year.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
That's wild.
have you started to notice a feedback loop for your success? Like, how is it feeding your personal brands as well, as far as brand recognition, opportunities, things like that?
Absolutely,
And how has it done that?
It just from exposure, I would say. There's just so much talk around it, and
Because you're meeting a lot of cool people at these events, right? I would
we are
imagine,
at
because
the
that's
events as well. But it's also just garnering a lot of interest from our networks as it is. That people
Sure.
are then coming to us and saying, we could do one here, we could do one there. Would you want to do one, etc.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
XYZ.
DMs are getting hit up a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because and that's the other thing is one thing to note about your parties. It's a different location every single time, right?
Correct. We're kind of on tour right now.
So it's a
this season.
traveling
Yeah.
kitchen party.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing
Yeah.
it upside down.
What's the craziest kitchen you've been in?
Matt Falks was pretty
Matt Falks,
crazy.
yeah, he's got crazy
we
kitchen.
were in his home. It's a gorgeous home. We had about 100 people for that one. All white party. Everybody wore white. And I am good friends with a guy named Sean who owns a company called Sexy Lights. He also does lighting for Golden Knights, Cascades lighting guy. He brought in lasers into a kitchen.
Yeah.
And
Damn,
that
that was
was
nuts.
That's kind of dangerous
insane.
a little bit.
Was yeah,
no, lasers can
we got it
burn.
cleared. We got it cleared. But
Okay, no, I'm just saying.
I did ask
That's
for
it.
Didn't they?
lasers.
We made sure they were high
I'm
enough.
just
Making sure it
joking.
wasn't
That
burning
is
a
next
hole in the
level.
wall.
An ocean in the
Okay,
kitchen.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bringing cryo in next.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
Yeah.
go.
Sheesh.
You know,
Wow.
that's awesome. So
The
like,
cryo gun.
So
Can you imagine?
what kind of things like, do you guys have like a signature dish that you always like to go to, or is it something different every single time? Like
I wanted to do like bacon toasties because we had like a stamp that we were going to put on it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
We don't have a particular dish, no. We keep it pretty simple. Like it's just breakfast is served, and we get
Yeah.
the DJ announces it.
oh, that's great.
And we're literally it's us cooking as well most of the time.
Yeah.
So I've only seen clips. Like I've never actually been able to watch a whole episode yet. But it's like are you rotating? Like are you actually like literally? I'm going to go to the decks and then I go to the actual kitchen and on the burners, and one guy takes over and kind of flip flops.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah,
Like,
we have different segments. We started this new segment at the end of the last season called The Wheel of Wood. And we have a wheel that I actually got from my buddy DJ Presto One.
Oh,
and
shout
he
out
used
to
to do
Presto.
this at his Octagon.
man, wow.
So he came up with just having different challenges on this wheel. And he's like, use this on your Morningwood. And so we took that concept and made it our own, but kitchen. So there's different ones you land on, and maybe someone has tongs. You have to mix with tongs.
Oh,
or
man.
mitts. Or we have the double-headed dragon, which I got from Presto. It's two people in one oversized garment. And one person has one hand, the other person has the other hand. And you have to mix together.
Is that
that's
going on
awesome.
during the show? Like, or
Yeah,
or
it's during
is it
the live
before?
stream.
It's absolute chaos, man.
yeah.
So you go in
Chaos
and
in
then
the
you
kitchen.
roll the wheel. Then
Yeah.
all right, we
It's
got to
like a
deal with
challenge
tongs.
in the
Get
middle of the
tongs
set.
out.
You have
Yeah.
to do a shot of Marmite. I don't know if you ever had Marmite.
Oh.
It is
Nah,
one of
what's
the
that?
worst substances you
Chef's
could ever
kiss.
put in your body.
What are you talking
I
about?
feel like only Americans
No,
don't
he's
like
warming
it.
up to it.
Wait.
You don't have to
Marmite?
refrigerate it after you open it. That's the
You don't need to
learning.
refrigerate
Wait,
it.
tell me
It's
Marmite
yeast
is real
extract.
quick. Is that
He's
where's that
getting
from?
offended right now.
Where's Marmite? You got to break that down for me.
It's yeast extract. It's like a spread. You put it on toast. You put put it on crumpets.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's
that's
in
what
Australia too.
Oh, okay, okay,
British
gotcha.
poison.
Australian, no, it's English.
Oh,
Australian one is Vegemite.
Vegemite.
Yeah,
I'm offended by that.
Cannot offend me, man.
Marmite Vegemite.
See, this is just don't try it. Don't try it at home, kids. I'm looking at you.
So there's
Don't
a
try
lot
it.
of chaos going on while this is going. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
chaos
good.
That's
in the
kind of the
kitchen.
feeling of it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to bring that, like the chaos of a kitchen, but also make
While
it
people
fun
are
at the same
eating,
time.
vibing.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is.
It really is the perfect
It's
combination.
part of the run to show.
No,
Nah.
that's excellent. So I'm guessing this show's like a couple hours, right? Like, are you, because you're live streaming, right?
Correct.
And you're also breaking this down into the clip. I've seen a ton of your clips. So what's some of the challenges that come with, because like being a content creator myself, I get easily frustrated with sometimes like coming up with ideas. Do you find it because of your workflow, it's a lot easier to come up with ideas and also grab things that just happen naturally and create content with it?
I've found that it's harder to kind of refine the good ideas. Well, there's too many ideas.
Yeah.
It's more about sorting the wheat from the chaff and being like, right, we're going to stick with this and we're going to develop these ones. And we've tried a bunch of things, and it's a bit like when you post content, you see what works well.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of use those analytics to refine and do more of that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we've just got, between us, like this man's an idea machine. He's just, I'm literally fielding the ideas that he's coming out with. And then we're just like, right, let's try this. Let's try and keep it organized. Fortunately, he's even more organized than I am, and I'm pretty much OCD.
I'm not.
Well, he's like cable organization and boxes and have you done this and
Oh, you're the checkoff list and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
we're treating
my guy
this.
then.
We're treating
I'm
this
the
as
same-
a
I'm the same
production.
guy. I'm that guy.
It was never like that. But I think it's the more you build into your brand, you have to be organized in doing that.
You can't just vibe and go, yeah.
Well,
Well,
'cause
you still don't want to lose the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like I'm saying, some people, it's just because some people don't consider this like a structure, but that has to have some structure.
Yeah, it's got to work for what you're doing.
100%,
right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have your quirks and how you run your thing.
Yeah.
You just kind of figure out the format that you want to do it. I just try to make something with my team that we have a run a show and we're able to stick to that. Whether it's talking points, just like this, like a podcast, you going down, asking questions. There's benchmarks you want to hit.
And also concerns along the way, things that you have to overcome from previous experience, things that have happened before you don't want to happen again.
yeah, and
Has
it's
anything
trial and error.
burned?
You kind of learn
Nothing.
Has anything
Nothing.
burned?
There's
that.
no
We
incident.
haven't-
incidents.
Has anything
we've
burned?
not even set anything on fire yet.
The firemen were at the last one.
Well, yeah, the fire brigade turned up for the last one.
Yeah.
So nothing's burned, nothing's gone.
No,
like,
nothing-
okay.
Nothing's set alight
Nothing's
yet.
broken. Knock on wood. Nothing has happened
Well,
at our events.
So,
Triple entendre
was
now.
there any
Yeah.
particular pieces of content that kind of took you to the parabolic? Has it been a slow, steady thing, or have you had some like more of like a threshold where it exploded? So a particular piece of content that really
A TikTok
kind of connected
moment.
with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
We've
there's
had some
Josh's
TikTok,
moment,
moments.
wasn't
Yeah,
there?
it's more of the organic stuff, man. Just somebody in the crowd just being
It's-
dizzy with the phone. Honestly,
just
it's
watching the
Literally,
whole thing
That's
happen.
really
Yeah.
what goes viral over a recap.
I know.
The one that
I
came
know.
to mind is the one that Towers did. So we had a
Yeah.
Halloween party. It's kind of a bit weird to have a Halloween party anyway in someone's kitchen, I suppose, and then live stream it.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that we've got, Raul, he's Indian, but he had a Mexican hat on, and he was playing techno at 10:30 in the morning. And this kid
What a
came in,
combo.
and his comment was like, I got invited to a house party, and this is what I walked into. And we had strobe lights going at the same time.
It was
And
actually
that-
more or less. He was dressed up as the famous WWE wrestler
No, it was
with
Raul.
like. No, it was more or less. He was
I
wearing
can
that.
guarantee you it's Raul.
Oh,
He
so
was
it's
wearing
1-9. Rey Mysterio.
Yes,
Was it Rey Mysterio?
yes, he was.
Yeah, yeah.
He was that character, but he had our buddy's
Sombrero.
sombrero on,
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
like a mix of a costume.
Yeah, yeah.
And that went viral, and he was playing hard techno. It was like
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
what's the stage at EDC? That's Wasteland. It was
Wasteland,
like
okay,
Wasteland techno.
yeah,
I love
it
that
was
shit.
like
Oh, man.
boink. It was like boink boink
Yeah.
boink,
And that clip-
that went millions.
So, back,
dude,
back to your
that
point,
was-
it's a bunch of ingredients that, on the face of it, wouldn't go together. But
Right.
but all of a sudden, you're just like, wait, what did I just watch?
And you're
then
in the
you're watching it
kitchen.
again, and off it goes.
Because
Yeah.
if you think about what you're doing, is you're actually diffusing the preconceptions of like what a nightclub normality is. You just stripped all that away, because in nightclubs there are normalcies. There's, I guess you could say, cultural norms. and just standardizations that we've become to be used to, because we're all club DJs in certain capacities, and there are certain things you just can't get away with because people will just be looking at you like you're crazy because there's no context or a way to understand and connect why it's happening. Because you have such an intimate environment, you can get away with something just completely off the wall, but it explains itself in real time throughout the actual podcast or broadcast. I mean, there's so many different things that I want to touch on here, just because it's the idea that you're connecting. Actually, one thing I want to hit on real quick while I'm thinking about it is, are you seeing a lot of non-clubbers come to your party? Like non-club people?
For sure, especially after the last one that we just did, because we did a collaboration with a health and wellness brand called Etho Club.
I was about to ask about wellness. How
So, yeah,
my wife's always on TikTok. She goes, wellness is in like the yoga, the Pilates.
Yeah.
Like DJs they're doing pop ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And have you guys have seen that with the wellness and all that? I was gonna ask that eventually.
Yeah, because like that's literally like perfect segue, because we're seeing the wellness trend happen, and we've talked about this dozens of times previously on the show, but. I feel like you're really on the forefront of this, and that's why I'm curious to see do you think this is a trend, or this is something that's here to stay as far as the wellness, especially with this younger crop of 21-year-olds that are now getting into the club? There is this wellness focus, and they aren't drinking. Maybe they're doing other stuff, but the drinking for sure they're not doing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're drinking health smoothies and doing face masks, ice baths. Do you think this is around? Do you think this is going to change clubbing and rave culture in general, where you're going to have like wellness booths at raves? Do you think this is going to continue to evolve?
I think they already are. And I think it's down to us to lead the charge in that. I think it takes partying and shows it in a positive light.
Yeah.
Because it's not for alcohol at your parties, right?
Yeah.
We don't promote it. We don't promote it.
People
We don't.
can be YOB if they want to, but it's not
It's a
something
house
we're
party.
the
pushing.
core of the brand.
No.
Okay, cool.
The last
Yeah.
one we did was partnered up with Makers and Finders and Etho Club. Etho being the wellness side of this. They brought in cold plunges and a sauna, fire burning sauna on a trailer
Wow.
right in front
So
of the
it's
property.
right in front of where you guys are doing your thing.
Yeah, we're
So
inside in the
everybody's kind of
property.
cycling through this as like a little miniature festival in a
Correct.
way.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
there's little
Yep.
stations to hang out and party
Yeah,
at.
it was a hit, man.
Yeah.
We sold out.
And these are a lot of people that like, if somebody that does yoga, it doesn't strike me as a raver.
Right.
Typically, maybe, but what you're
You
doing
can get
is
Zen while you're raving.
You're creating you're blending the lines. I should say you're blurring all these things
Yeah,
together.
blurred lines.
Yeah, it's outstanding. And I think that if you really think about it, like somebody like Diplo, who has the Run Club now.
Yes.
He was kind of ahead of the curve on that as well. He seems to be really good at that. He's always ahead
Yeah.
of the curve on
He's
trends.
all about fitness and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
he's
He's
all
already
about that.
tapped in. I actually
Yeah.
bought that the blood test thing that he
I
clicks.
saw that.
I tried it. It's
Yeah.
great, and I sent it off. Got
What-
my
what is
results
this?
back.
What is this?
It's a blood test that you can do, and you can test your levels, maybe your testosterone, any kind of
It's like 23andMe.
inefficiencies.
but for
Okay, I
your
saw that. Yeah, I saw that in
blood
there.
levels.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So-
more of a gimmick, but I was like, I guess you're vouching for it. Wow, okay, that's
it,
cool.
it works, and
Wow.
it's a turnaround in 2 days, and you send it
wow.
out in the mail. And I saw it because a Diplo ad was
Interesting.
Yeah, trying it at a back of a festival or wherever he
Yeah.
was, and clicks it, painless, and it's all about product placement with these guys. Like they know what they're doing
Yeah,
with their
yeah.
brands, and
But you're creating like a hotbed of opportunity for these sort of things. Have you collaborated with any brands yourself? I feel like it's your sponsor's dream, really.
yeah, we've done a lot of health and wellness sponsors. Who have we
Love.
done? Coco Love is one of
Breeze,
my favorites.
nootropic drinks. I want to do stuff with electrolyte brands. Anything health and wellness related. To be
Wow.
honest.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Aura Ring, for example. I wear an Aura Ring. I want to be gifting these kind of things while we're doing the Wheel of Wood.
Some giveaways.
I think there's just an opportunity to spin it on its head to say we party different and
Yeah.
to make people feel good from that as well.
Absolutely.
It's just such a great
Yeah.
opportunity to
Because
promote that.
this is so ironically foreign to me, because I grew up in such a like nightlife, nightclub intoxication culture, and to watch, like
I think we all did. To some
Yeah.
degree,
Yeah.
probably.
But
That's where I went. The first place I went to
Yeah.
Vegas was a club. Anya.
and it's so interesting. It's kind of like it does not compute in my brain at first, but now the more I see it, the more I get it and appreciate it. Not because I didn't believe in it. It's just because I'm like, there's enough people to support this. Is there? Because like, how does this, like, in your opinion, how does this turn into profit? Because at the end of the day, there's a certain money making situation that needs to happen here. Because like as DJ,
sure.
we all understand the nightclub business model, right? You sell drinks, you make profit, and everybody makes money. how do you think this is really do you think there'll eventually be like a wellness nightclub where you can sell tables with smoothies? Do you think this is eventually going to happen in that regard? Or do you think this is going to stay more of a daytime exclusive kind of thing? It's going to be two different. Do you think it can really actually turn into a nightclub environment with a wellness focus?
I think there's no limitability on that with the fact that we live in the entertainment capital of the world. There's no limitation on that. And
because we have a weed hotel in Vegas.
We
I don't know how well it's doing, but
Yeah.
I know we have one. So I mean, there's that kind of lifestyle. Like
there's something to cater to everybody, right?
Yeah. So
I don't see
would
any
love
health
to
and
see that,
wellness
honestly.
with music unless you're going to an outdoor event, hosted on a grassy plain or up on I've seen it on the rooftops of the parking garages. I haven't seen that yet. So that's something, I don't know if we're tapping into that or not, but
Yeah,
we're
but I
starting
think
in,
you're pushing.
we're
You're pushing
starting
there.
in someone's kitchen, and it's obviously been growing out of the kitchen. We can't have 100 people in a kitchen anymore. We're having to grow out and expand out of the kitchen.
Well, I have actually a two-faced. I'm going to bounce right off of what you just said.
Okay.
So, do you think this? And you don't have to say if this is still something in the works, but I'm curious. Do you think this has potential to turn into like a controlled environment TV studio situation where you could build a kitchen, like a kitchen show?
This has already been one of the very first things we started with.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was already in the works.
Oh.
We don't.
Not
we,
works, but like
yeah.
An idea.
We would
Yeah.
need the spot for that, and we were going to make a fake facade kitchen, so it's not even
So
a
it's
real
expandable.
kitchen.
It's flexible.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's actually studio graded lights, and maybe the studio graded lights change into rave lights and full production of that, and actually have a live audience while we're doing a taping.
Okay.
Then
Nice.
it's endless that we can bring in the actual master chefs like Gordon Ramsay, if you're listening, Gordon.
Right, the camera right there.
Gordon,
This camera right
Gordon,
there.
if you're listening, we'd love to have you. On top of all the amazing artists that come through that play these clubs in town,
Yeah,
that
I
are
definitely
headliners.
see that. I definitely see
I
that.
think I see it.
That's the monetization that I'd love to do, and that's a YouTube series waiting to happen. We're just in such the early stages that financials are
Right.
definitely a burden for us throwing these events. And our community that we've been building, we've tried the ticketing. We were a free event for a whole year.
Sure.
We were throwing these, and now we're getting into ticketing. And I think the ticketing is the main thing that we're profiting from, and also merch and getting
Right.
everybody wants to support us and buy the merch.
Yeah. And
Mark
so
and I are wearing
where do you
one of our
market this?
shirts.
You have like a .com?
We do have a .org. It's and we're working on remodeling the
.org because
.org.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be in line with morningwood.org.
Yeah.
If that
Okay.
makes sense to you.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do a little remodel these next couple months on a new website, but right now it's themorningwood.org.
Okay.
And we've posted a lot of recaps, YouTubes.
Nice.
Outside of so what has given you the best cumulative results from all of your content? What has performed the best for you?
You tell me. You're the one you're the one running the socials.
Yeah, I mean coming back to the social thing, you never know what's going to hit. You just don't. You can work.
crazy,
we were
right?
talking about this. The recaps flop, and the most organic thing is someone just with a phone. My wife just did one from the back.
Oh yeah, Vegas is dead.
Saying Vegas is dead as the
But it's
know,
just
the
a
cast.
video.
member.
Coffee shop, strobe
I think
lights,
humans
and
want to
people
see
just-
raw. Yeah.
Yeah, they just
People
want
just want
organic.
raw.
They want grassroots.
Yeah.
They want to feel, to your point from earlier, they want to feel like, oh, I want to be there. And you get that
I'm
the
getting
most
FOMO
from something.
watching the clips. I'm like, I
you
wanna
get that the most
cook
from
an
something you
omelet.
haven't seen before. You how many club pictures, videos have you seen?
Yeah.
You scroll straight past that. If you land on a coffee shop with some strobe lights going and some people going wild where Vegas is dead, you're like, hang on a second.
What is this?
Yeah.
What
Because you
is
don't even
that?
think Vegas is date. You don't think of that Vegas. You think of bottle service. You're like, wait, Vegas.
Exactly,
This, that,
so
that.
it's
Whoa,
different.
Whoa, whoa.
But-
And it catch, you're
but
on
then there's
there.
the irony of
Only
it.
the locals really know if Vegas is dead or not. I mean,
100%.
we know if it's really bad when the strippers are going into other jobs. You just never know in this
Lots
town.
of strippers coming to Morningwood.
Yeah,
Hey, there
lots,
you go.
lots.
Promo right there. Shit.
I think the recaps are starting to die out because they're all looking the same, and it's the same kind of.
Yeah, same
Kellen's done
transitions.
tons of these, and
I
it's
don't do them anymore for a reason, you know.
yeah, it's another revenue for someone that's a creator and can edit these videos. But people are just tired; they all look the same. Like John
Yeah.
Summit has a guy that just has a phone and is doing it all on a
And
phone,
you
it's
can't
like,
tell
that's
which
all you need.
party was what after a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want just the swaying phone
Yeah.
to the music, and that's hitting more than all these little recaps with flashes and burns as transitions. Honestly, that's what I see. So
I have a question about your socials. I looked at your socials because I wrote my wife runs my socials. Who helps your socials? I like your guys' stuff. What's it called? Well, how do you guys do it? Like, what is the planning? Like, you guys do carousels. You don't do as many recaps. You do a lot more raw. Like, how does that go how do you guys do that?
He's my graphic designer. I go to him for everything.
Because I scroll up, because you watch one
So
carousel.
you guys are self-contained. You don't really have
just us. We don't have anyone running it. No,
Wow.
it's been all of us. Yeah,
It's really good.
and we just come from that background, from pushing our own brands and having to do it. If you don't push your own brand, that's pretty much the thing that's holding about half the world back.
Yep.
Is either you're shelving the music or you're not doing social media content, and that's scary for a lot of people. They don't want to they're scared to talk to the camera. They're scared to be vulnerable and let the camera, whoever's on the other side watching, into their life.
Yeah.
So I feel like with us, we light up on the camera. When you put a camera on me, since I was a young kid, I've been in front of a camera. My parents just had a musician, but it also started with in front of a camera. My parents had the old, the old Sony cameras.
Gen
that I
Z
still
know about
have.
that. Gen Z doesn't know about that.
They won't know about that.
Yeah.
ever.
Millennial talk.
But yeah, I think it's for us. It just come natural to us being in front of the camera. So we're just being ourselves and turning on the camera. There's nothing new with Morningwood besides us being ourselves in the kitchen and talking on the microphone. I can play in front of thousands of people, but when you put a microphone on me, I do get a little tongue tied, and I want to be more polished with that. And these podcasts like this is great. Talking to you guys,
I
I
think
feel.
you'll crush it, bro.
Thank you.
Another day at the gym.
Yeah, it's another day at the gym, man.
Yeah.
It's all just repetition.
Because like, at the end of the day, this is public relations that we're in right now. I mean, we are finding new ways to connect with our already existing audience.
Exactly.
I mean, if you think of any movie star, that's why they go on Jimmy Kimmel or Johnny Carson back in the day, is because it allows you to connect with a person that only knew you from one type of media. Like if you're a musician, I just knew you because I bought a vinyl record.
Yeah.
And
Back in the day,
like let's say Jimi Hendrix goes on Johnny Carson. Now I get to know that he likes certain kinds of popcorn or whatever the case may be, because he have like little friendly banters, and that's what this is all about. Like having a platform where you can connect as a human being. Because to finalize the point about like being the raw footage, it's human. Versus like I think the era of polished media has been dead for like I would say at least a couple of years now, because people had been doing it, but it's not performing. And I think collectively everybody realized that, because Gary Vee was even talking about that physical media is becoming more and more important again, and we're going into an age of physical media once again, because it started with Pokemon cards and cults of personality like Jake Paul that are into Pokemon cards, but then people are now collecting DVDs again and Blu-rays.
This is facts.
It's going
This
in
is facts.
reverse in a way. Is there anything that that you think that you could take advantage of, or is there anything that, as far as obviously merchandise is working for you, but do you just think being physically in a room is something that people are because we got out of the COVID era, it's been 5-6 years now.
6 years
Yeah,
already.
6 years since COVID, right?
6 years this month.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We
Oh, my
shut down.
gosh.
And people that maybe never wanted to go to a nightclub, are you giving them a different kind of outlet that is approachable? Do you think you're allowing that a different type of clientele just from maybe a fear standpoint, maybe they're socially anxiety, like that type of thing? Are you meeting those type of people where like, hey,
That's a
this is
good point.
approachable?
That's a good point. Yeah, I think it's actually, and to your point about tangible things, I think the reason why people are looking back to the 90s and they're missing those things because you can hold, like vinyl sales are through the roof again.
Yeah.
they are.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
And it's the lure of the law. We're in a house full of it, right?
Yeah.
You love to collect things because it represents who you are and it expresses something
Yes.
about you.
Yep.
And it's about feeling. Like that's what it all comes down to. And we all want to feel like we belong. That's the sixth sense, really. And so we're able to bring that back, and especially because of the rise of things like AI, which is very attractive and very addictive to get these kind of answers and be like feeling like you're feeding yourself from it. But because of all of that technology, we're missing the actual connection behind it. So being able to reintroduce that in an environment, especially like that feels like a house party, and bring people back together and give them a tangible experience that they feel something
Yes.
from, that's why I think it's working.
I have a side question, because I haven't been to your guys' party. When you go to nightclubs, from the host to the whole experience is like very what is it called when they downplay?
Transactional?
No, it's that too, right?
It's the
Where's
same
your credit
at
card?
any club you go to,
Yeah,
right? Same process.
The demeanor. What's the word called when like they not downplay you? Just very
Superficial.
no, like it's hard to get in the door, hard to get they just mistreat you.
Right.
Have you guys seen in your guys' parties, like, people get, now that you're talking about that, be more open? Okay, cool, there's no host here. No one's telling me to buy bottles. Oh, they're not being dicks here, like stuff like that. Like, have you guys seen that?
So they let loose,
Yeah, they let loose
quicker
more.
and
without alcohol.
more
Just
easily.
like, okay,
yeah, because
everyone's
they feel comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they're
It's
being
such a
judged.
fun,
They feel like
comfortable environment.
they're seen by everybody else that's there. We get a real wide demographic of people in our parties.
Okay.
A couple
Nice.
things we call this is alternative partying, and then we
Oh.
also call it the befores. So you can be coming from a bender all night and show up. You're going to be the guy that probably sticks out
You see
at our
that? You
event.
see that? You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Glasses on?
We've seen it. We've seen it once or twice.
Okay.
No incidents, but you're that guy.
They're vibing, yeah.
It's still going.
But yeah,
still going.
It's still going. It's like kudos to
Condescending
you.
was the word.
Energizer Bunny kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Condescending was the word. It doesn't feel
Condescending.
condescending
Yeah,
at your
no.
spot.
No.
You know, the door host guy, and you got to get in, and the bottle service, and yeah.
I guess the closest to that we've come is this last event. Is it was a ticketed event, and you're paying for an experience, and the price was $50. Was what you got? You got a 6-course meal. You got health and wellness. You can try a cold plunge. I think half the people that got on the cold plunge was their first time ever. I do it
Do you
religiously.
offer food, services?
Food, yeah.
Whoa, tell me about, yeah.
So it was a 6-course brunch, and it was paired.
Wow.
So you got all these little appetizers that came out, tray passed. They were all curated by the chef that was part of Makers and Finders. Shout out to Chef Guzman.
Shout out, Benji.
Amazing food. Also paired with coffees, matcha, different teas.
Magnesium tinctures, ashwagandha.
Dude,
Like
it was-
and a cold plunge experience.
Yeah,
That's
all
not
that.
extra.
And people will complain about that ticket price, but they'll go spend $50 on a burger and fries on the strip.
Yeah.
You know, and in a soda
And you
or a
get the
beer.
experience plus with
Like,
the 50.
I finished my meal and I'm like, "Where's the experience?" Then you come to ours and it's like, "Okay, this is
Yeah.
an event."
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think over time that will be overcome. Like
It
those,
is.
because
It
like
is.
I've been a salesman in different capacities throughout my life, and when I hear that, it's frustrating because when people don't understand value,
Right.
and you have to convey that somehow, some way, and you can only do so much. You know, face to face, you can try to explain it, but when they actually see it,
Yeah.
and they make that decision for themselves, like because one of my favorite quotes is, "A sale is always made with every conversation." It's like I either can convince you to buy this thing, or you're going to sell me on why you don't want it.
Right.
That sale is always made.
Then how do you pivot from that?
Right. So then with something like this, the more content that's digestible, no pun intended, but like the
Pun
He
accepted.
gets it. He gets it. He gets it.
But obviously, the more people see this, and the more it gets run into their psyche, and the more they're going to want to be there. Because like I can tell you, just from my own personal mindset, I'm like, I want to see this for myself. And if there's a cost of admission, and I get food, and I get to be a part of a party, and meet new people, and actually have an opportunity to experience something different. Because that's one of the biggest things. I'm always in nightclubs. I'm always doing nightlife stuff. And it's refreshing to see my familiarities of music and the energy that I'm looking for in a completely unrelated environment.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really exciting. I mean, and obviously, there's no template for what you're doing. Do you
No.
ever just get like a roadblock on like what to do next? Like, or is this just all this stuff kind of just railroading and constantly happening?
Not yet. Again, touch wood.
Because like you're literally kind of paving your own way here. That's what's kind of like blowing my mind, because I'm like, you guys are literally just inventing this as you go.
yeah.
This is it. We're just figuring it out as we go, and that's another thing. Testament to Chaz, because he's constantly just coming up with what do we try this? What do we try? Like he just thinks outside the box. And like that even reminds me of the first time I met him. He came in into the studio with a Theragun. I'm like, "What are you doing with that?" And he's shooting it on the cymbals, getting these weird sounds. So he's always just thinking of different ways to approach. Excuse me, thinking of different ways to approach things. So we're just constantly challenging each other. And I think that again, and I could sometimes get a little, like everybody does, get a little bit kind of like, well, like if he doesn't like my idea, but we keep each other honest. We keep each
That's
other
a
open.
good chemistry right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, and we keep each other honest and open, and then and it's for the love of the progression.
Sure.
So that is helping us kind of
So
really
do you
build.
have a
on
lot of
those
people
things.
asking to be on your show, like a DJ or a chef? Do you
No
get
chefs
help a lot?
yet.
No chefs
No
yet, but
chefs
we're
yet.
calling
It'll
out any
happen.
chefs that want to be on the
We're
show.
calling it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
We're calling it right now.
Because I guess
Yeah.
it's not really part of like chef culture. It's like, yo, let me get a spot, dog.
This is
It's,
something.
it's new though.
Yeah, this
it's
is
new. No
hey,
chef
that's what
reaches
we're
out.
waiting for, honestly.
Yeah.
Like we haven't been reached out through the chefs yet.
Because Because I feel like
And I
that
know there's
opens
a
up
lot
a
of chefs
whole
in this
different
town.
thing. Like,
I've
'cause-
asked a couple of chefs, and,
Yeah.
and that's an angle I want to try and like. I want to take over a chef's kitchen.
Yeah.
maybe actually be in a
Like,
restaurant.
for real, yeah. Well,
100%.
in their house, sure, but yes, their restaurant.
Yeah.
How
Like
cool
Hell's
would that be?
Kitchen is a goal of mine.
See,
I want to be
just putting it out there.
blue side, red side, and have them battling against each other, bringing out brunch courses
Yes.
while we're in front of that.
See, you really have a formula that's so expandable.
We want to be in a kitchen. That's
Yeah.
that's the main thing. We always come back to the brand awareness of show me your kitchen. Let's see what your kitchen looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Because I'm thinking about the shot
Right.
as a live streamer. I guess we are now. And that's probably been the hardest challenge is getting into that. And I've actually laid into Kellen on like, hey man, I don't know what I'm doing with this live stream when I was first starting out. And OBS is an animal, and there's other alternatives to that. But just dealing with copyright stuff, streaming.
Well, let's talk about your technical setup for a second here, because
Yeah.
like this is something that's interesting because there's a lot of streamers now that are making a lot of different strategies happen, and you got somebody like Drewski or there's
Kai Sinai,
Kai Sinai,
Speed.
all these guys are doing different ways of live streaming. So explain your technical setup for the people that are kind of curious about that, because I definitely am.
We got a killer team that comes in. We got Adam, we got Raul, both sound engineer backgrounds. Raul comes from the live circuit, touring with Killers, everybody. He's done shows on the Strip, so he's got the
Is he
ear.
a DJ as well or no?
He is, yeah.
Oh,
He's
nice.
a producer,
Wow.
yeah. He goes by Mida.
Nice.
Great deep house, like
Techno.
Yeah,
Drums.
Mida done it. Shout out to Raul. He came in and helped facilitate just setting up the decks first of all, and then we figured out how to run them in through an interface we're going through for audio. Then we're doing a second record on that out of the decks for a backup.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I guess a third record on through a wing, which we have, which is all the everything's running through that. We run the mics through that so we can record everything. Maybe we don't want to have us bantering on it and just want the mix.
Do you have like an ambient mic, for example?
do. We do
so
have
you can
those
mix
set
that
up.
in when you want.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
yep.
great.
Everything's separate channels through the wing, and that's Adam that's provided that. He's also brought in DMX lighting that we set
Okay.
up that has magnets that can go to magnet.
How many cameras are you typically running?
Right now we're doing about 4, and we have 2 mobiles, so I'm able to throw
Two
it up.
statics and then 2 mobiles.
I'm sorry, no. There's the DJ camera. Then we usually have a left and right. That we're using is Insta360 cameras, all 4K, 30
Okay.
frames. And we're running that all in through OBS. And we're able to change everything wirelessly on an iPad through a switcher that is through OBS.
Nice.
And then we have lights separate. So yeah, we have about 4 cameras that are on the DJ, and then I have a mobile camera that's a phone, and we're tying that also in
And you
through
kind of integrate
OBS,
that in.
and that's all through the
fly
stream.
camera. You
Correct.
can bounce around. Okay.
And we've come up with different, obstacles of internet bandwidth. We're going all through Cat 5, Cat 6, Cat 7. I don't know what we're on now. For internet connection. So we try to get the best internet
Yeah, for
connection.
sure. Yeah.
Looking into more wireless setups. We've talked about going on a jet and doing this, which is in hopefully the talks. We just want to be able to be wireless and take this thing on the
'Cause
road.
there is a certain limit you have to hit. Because one thing I've learned, it's easy to always add more, but then you realize that anchors you down when it comes to production sets.
Yep.
So just obviously iPhones and just smartphones in general are so much easier to work with now. So there's a wireless factor there. But
Yep.
yeah, it's even like I dabbled with this during COVID, and I tried to learn like with OBS and everything. Like it's just like you realize there's always another thing you can add to the Lego blockchain. It's crazy.
You just got to do more research and just
Oh, man.
dig.
But you got to also figure
the
out
plugins.
what's really right for you, because
Right.
there's a point of going too far and like, okay, this is just actually bottlenecking your production because it kind of takes away from what you're doing too. So because there's that raw element you want to maintain.
Yep.
And like obviously it's like I always go back to like one of my favorite things like on MTV was like back in the day was the grind. Where it was literally just action. It was like people just dancing, but then there's camera guys flying around capturing individuals and then the whole.
Yep.
So
That's kinda what we're
that's
trying
kinda
to
literally what
input-
you're.
Yeah.
What was the Girls Gone Wild as well?
Yeah, just like that.
Same sort of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
now that late night act.
Well,
yeah.
maybe without the flashing. But
Yeah.
I'm still down.
Twigs.
It's a live
Twigs.
show. You never
Twigs.
know. That's why you got to tune in and find out.
Yeah, exactly.
11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Real quick, we talked about the creation of like food and whatnot. What about your music? You don't. We talked off record Like you're not just booking a techno and an open format DJ, or how are you doing all that? How it's not. It looks like every party isn't all trance or techno, deep house. It's different every time.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
When it comes to the programming, we kind of just want to support people who are artists, so that they're producing their own music as well. Ideally, we want to support the locals and people that we think are hot and coming up.
Okay.
As well as, and then from that, like the last one that we just had, we had somebody that was actually playing on the strip just come in and pop in, and then he had his USB on him, and
Nice.
off he goes. Like we're getting people just show up like that as well. So we want to keep it open. We want to keep the programming forward thinking. We do care about the music quality and it being something that, like Boiler Room, for example, we respect what they're doing. And we want to be at the forefront and at the edge of putting on really, really cool acts.
It's the Boiler Kitchen now. Is what it is. Yeah.
Are you staying straight in dance music, or are you doing also open format, like left field stuff, or
We're mostly dance music at the moment, but we would consider all sorts.
Nice.
As
we've had turntables, we've had some techniques. We've had all vinyl set by Esto Vega, killed it.
Nice.
Oh, shout out to
Came in.
Vega.
Yeah.
I like the idea as well, and I maybe said this to you before as well, of like pairing it. So, for example, like the French filtered house sound, and also having croissants and and having like a French themed thing.
Oh, there you go.
Like and
See,
to be able
you
to
can
spin
pivot that
those
way
things.
too.
Like all the artists today are all from Belgium, and then we've got some weird
There's
Belgian
so
food.
many
Oh, man.
categorized things we
the
can do
Belgian
with
waffle.
this.
Yeah.
And there's so much subgenres of dance music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can do that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to theme it around the one thing would be
That'd be cool.
really exciting.
Yeah.
to do
That's
it.
really cool.
I mean, also too, if you think about it, I'm just thinking about like the possibilities for you guys, is like, and then traveling to different countries.
100%.
Yes,
Yeah.
this
Going-
is definitely
Doing
want to
a
be a
pop-up
mobile.
there, and
Yeah.
then it'd be all kind of
And
around
then you
that.
could
Yeah,
like
we love that.
encompass their cuisine in their country. Oh man,
with their
that's
their
exciting. I'm
master
excited
chef.
Doing it
for
for the
you.
culture.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's endless. The phone is ringing, and that's exactly what we wanted. But we started with just growing a community out here, and just let's all work together. Like stop working against each other. The city's big cities, small town is what we call
Vegas
it.
is the perfect place for this.
That's tough for promoters. I'm a promoter as well. I was going to ask that. Have you guys seen anything similar to your party? And if you do, how?
There's always going to be copycats.
Yeah, there's a
happen.
copycat. There's only one
Your
original.
idea is
There's only one
original,
Morningwood
right?
kitchen.
But the thing is, where money's at, or an idea, people are going to flock to it. Like, oh, well, look
Yeah.
at what they're doing. Have you guys experienced that at all? And if not yet, how do you experience with trademark? Yes, you have trademarked on Got Wood and stuff like that. How you guys?
We're
handle it?
trademarked Morningwood, and we've been running it for a year, and it started out as a fun idea. We didn't know it was going to go into a trademark, and then
So you have to protect your brand now, because like,
100%.
we've learned this the hard way a couple times here internally, and it's frustrating to watch when you start to intersect brandings with other things, and you have to be so careful and use your due diligence to protect your momentum. As well. I mean, the last thing you want is some Morningwood beef. You don't.
he gets it.
So yeah, obviously, because it's in the world of technology, it's fast to pick up something. Hey, this is working. So is there anything that you're doing from like, obviously the abundance of content is probably the easiest way to protect yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, but is there any signature things that you do like to protect that brand? Is there any like insider culture that kind of brings everything back together so that people know it's kind of like a stamp? It's almost like a certificate of authenticity for what's going on. Because like honestly, I personally have never seen anything, but I'm sure in your world you've seen some competitors that are probably blurring the lines of what your brand is. Like, have you had any? You don't have to name names. But
No, I honestly don't know anyone. We're always going to have copycats or someone that's going to try to recreate this, but it's the team that builds it. Mm-hmm. And we've created a brand that I think right now we're just doing what we do.
Yeah,
and
you've already been a year into it with
and
I think consistency is a great protection method
it's the
as
number
well.
one thing.
Because like, do you put something out every single day?
Yeah,
we'll just
at
do
least.
more than anyone else. So even if they wanted to try and do their own thing, which is cool, I just every time something comes up like that in our group chat, I'm just like, let them. There's only one original.
Yeah, because it's human nature. People are gonna. It sucks. It sucks that people are like this.
There's copies.
Imitation
I'm
is
like
flattery.
this. Yeah. So you guys put out every day? You guys put out something?
Yeah. At least one piece of content.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sharing stories and our roster has grown of chefs and different people. We're not specifically promoting ourselves on it. Morningwood is our thing. Overlake is my thing. Eatson is his thing. But we do work on music together. Other people are working on music and promoting. And we want you to come on our show and play your stuff. Like, let's hear what you got.
Sure.
So when we invite a guest to come and be on the show, we want them to be true to themselves. Play a set that you want. Don't think about playing the big room. Play music that the promoter's not telling you to play.
So it's a creativity safe space.
Yeah. It's promotion for you.
Yeah.
You want to promote this set that you normally can't play in said venue.
Sure.
We want you to be, this is your kitchen now, chef.
Absolutely.
Bring your ingredients, cook.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
Let's go.
That's amazing.
You wouldn't want to go around your mate's house and then be told the ingredients that you're going to cook dinner for them.
Sure.
Like we want to give them the opportunity to come in and do their thing.
Well, unless it's an Iron Chef episode.
Wow.
No, we're not there yet.
Now
We're
it's
not there
talking.
yet. Now we're talking.
Then you show them the music they have to play.
Yeah, that's
And
where the
make
Wheel
the
of Wood
best
comes
set
in.
possible.
That's where the Wheel of Wood comes in.
So
That's
on
a
the
challenge right
on
there.
there's different types of stuff on there.
It can't.
yeah.
It changes all the time.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. We had the treadmill, the
had-
walk,
we
the
had-
walking treadmill.
Yeah,
We had
that
the
was- let's go through
treadmill.
those. Crazy.
Go-
Go through
So-
those.
so-
Do you have the list? Do you remember it?
He was walking
Give
to
it-
the
I can-
BPM as well, which was absolutely
Wow.
I can list some off.
Yeah, like I want to hear some more of these
The
challenges.
fun one was the bread one we just came up with, which is a
idiot
Gordon
sandwich.
Ramsay
That's-
idiot
yeah,
sandwich. You have to hold
Yeah.
the
2
bread, or
pieces of
somebody has
bread.
to hold 2 pieces of bread, and you have to DJ while you're an idiot
Oh my
sandwich.
God, that's
What's
wild.
another one?
We got the mittens, so you got DJ with them on, which is difficult, obviously, because you're trying to turn the thing with the
Yeah,
those
that's
ones.
impossible.
And tongs. We've
Even
got those as well.
even letting go of the record,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the CDJ, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them are to some degree kitchen themed, but there's also like big shiny disco ball hats that you got to wear, and
Everybody
Oh,
gets
yeah.
flashlights and flash the disco.
Oh,
I found
wow.
these disco helmets, like motorcycle helmets,
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
all disco.
we want to do
Killer.
more things that also engage the crowd that's there as well, so that
Oh, for
they're
sure.
a part of it. Like we're thinking of doing one that's kind of similar to the mannequin challenge, but a bit different. But we're kind of developing them as we go. Like it's
Well, you
just
mentioned the
fun to
treadmill.
Yeah.
How did
The treadmill was his idea.
So do you actually bring a treadmill?
I actually have a treadmill. I have a podcast spot in my house called the Gypsy Room, which you'll be seeing more
Oh,
of
wow.
that. And it's all greenery. I have decks, and then I have vinyl. So I have 4 channels to play music. So I'm down to collab anybody that wants to come over and make some content. But I have a treadmill in there. So when I can't get to the gym and I want to DJ, I have a treadmill and I just keep a steady pace and I'm DJing
What a vision
while
that
I'm
is.
on
Wow.
it.
I don't
And
think I
I'd
could-
love to do this in a club because I
That's
haven't seen
wild.
this yet.
I'm not coordinated enough
That's
to do
Overlake.
this.
I'd be
That's
like-
an Overlake stamp right there. Is getting. You know what inspired me was the OK Go music video. I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
all the
Oh snap!
all
yeah.
those, and they jump and they have choreo. That's what inspired me. I'm like, why hasn't a DJ done that?
Oh,
So
man.
that's where that came from, and we brought it in and put it on the wheel. And I was hoping it was the first time on the wheel, and Raul spun it.
Yeah.
And he killed it. He had to kind of walk sideways while
Yeah, that
he
was
did
hilarious.
it. It
Yeah, I
was
was
a
about to say, how
small
do you-
space.
Yeah.
You have to have the right length for it to fit
Right.
in a kitchen.
It's the walking ones, right? The small ones,
Yeah,
not
a
the
walk pad.
huge gym.
No, it's just
little
the
miniature
floor.
one.
Yeah.
Still-
So
though.
he's doing little tiny steps,
Yeah.
but 128 BPM.
Yeah, yeah, it was epic. Yeah, we'll start bringing that back. So yeah, we're changing it all the time. We'd had one that was back to back to back to back. So we had our last episode, and everybody got one song, and
Everyone that had
everybody
a chef jacket
switched.
on was-
Everybody that was a
Whoa.
chef came on, and they played one song. Then whatever he was playing, you have to mix in, and it was a back to back to back like a train.
That's cool.
And we were just
Wow.
like everybody got to mix, and it made for great content just for
Yeah.
like cuts.
Well, it's still cool as hell, anyways.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Well, this is such a hotbed for creativity.
Yeah,
Because,
it's endless.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
Because honestly, there's a million variations of things you can do, and you're going to keep inventing new ways. So, what's going to end up happening here is, do you think, like, as DJs in clubs, you think some of these shenanigans are going to start being expected at your personal shows as well? You're gonna,
Bringing
it's
the
going to
Wheel of
elevate
Wood?
with the expectations.
Maybe. I might even take my chef jacket this weekend just for a laugh.
Yeah. People don't recognize me without the white chef jacket anymore. It's like I have to do
It's
that.
kind of cool though.
It's a Superman,
is, right?
Yeah.
It's like a
Superman
Spider-Man.
cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Spider-Man. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
is that him? Yeah, yeah. Everybody has like their I guess garments that they would wear that sets them aside from everybody else. Color hair, whatever. And right now it's the chef jacket for me. Overlake
And
in the
doing
chef
this.
jacket.
Doing this to everyone.
Okay.
Everybody look at their camera and just give a little.
Like it, right?
We're cooking, baby. We're
Oh,
cooking.
man. Well, I mean, so you've been working with a lot of DJs, and obviously being here in Las Vegas and traveling as well, I'm sure. But I always want to ask DJs this, because I feel like for me, there's been a lot of plateaus in music culture. And I'm very excited to see what, not just nightlife, but just, I guess, entertainment life in general is bringing in. What do you see as far as like, what do you think the trends are going to be? You know, obviously working with lots of different walks of life. What are your predictions for the next couple of years with music, culture, social media? What do you see happening? Maybe that's not mainstream yet, but you're starting to see bubble up on your end.
Music genre-wise?
Anything, honestly, anything. Social media influence, music, trends of that style.
You know how coffee parties popped up?
Yeah. Like, what do you think? Because now that you've seen the health wave hit, is there anything else that you maybe didn't expect to hit, or maybe on the very early stages of developing?
I think it's more brands that would never work together, coming together and creating an event together.
Business opportunities.
With music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on what brands are working together, it's endless at any level that you're at. I feel like you can go for the biggest brands and they're like, cool, we want that. That's a great piece of content.
I agree. I think that's a really good point, Chaz. I think it's the creator economy. I think now what these companies are looking for, they're realizing that attention,
it's currency.
That's the currency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you can garner that, you're in good stead.
Well, because it's micro marketing. Because back in the day, you had ad agencies that bought billboards, TV ads, magazine ads, newspaper ads. That was how it was. That was the norm for 100 years, maybe longer. And now you're seeing, like, let's say, for example, like the ring you're wearing. Like, you know, that's something that can measure your pulse, your just health and well-being in general. But that market is in a million different micro markets. So they can reach out to you because you're in a market that's compatible, and you have a very specified, engaged audience that's guaranteed. And I don't know how many followers you have, but X amount of followers.
Not a lot. We have under 2,000 followers, but our impressions are insane.
You have like 100% engagement on that impression.
And half of our engagement is coming from people that don't even follow us.
I was about to say,
it just gets thrown out to the culture that we're creating.
So
I guess music
interest
lovers.
marketing, because what you're doing is you're intersecting through algorithms now too. So they may not be following you, but they absorb your content.
I can tell you've been watching Gary Vee when you're talking about interest.
Yeah.
Is this what people are interested in?
Yeah.
But what they're interested in is stuff they hadn't seen before. So you can
discoverability.
You can look at what the trends are, but you've got to be then doing the opposite of that, or you've got to be doing something that's different. Like either bringing the two things together which aren't expected, confusing, or whatever, wherever else.
Because you were literally frying people's brains.
Yes, that's the point, isn't it?
I'm in a kitchen, but I'm at a rave.
Yeah.
And I got people in costumes.
And why is there a
omelets.
chef? Yeah. And what's this guy got a big eggplant thing for?
Yeah.
It's just like there's too many things going on. Again, like everything's trying to vie for your attention. It's a very overstimulated world, isn't it?
And it stopped the scroll.
And on top of this,
That's our goal.
It's like, especially when you talk about advertising, how do you do something different when everyone's using the same chat GPT and the prompts and this, that, and the other, and they're getting aggregated responses that are down the middle, and people think that that's giving them some new angle,
the
but
common
it's not.
denominator.
You've got to use your head. You've got to use your brain. You got to, that is the best GPT that we own.
Yes, and everybody that's watching right now.
That's a good point. I did not think about that.
Yeah, these guys have figured out their model, their business model, but the template remains the same for anybody watching. Mm-hmm. So you need to figure out, because everybody can be a DJ. Everybody can play music. Everybody, especially what I see on social media, everybody's complaining. Oh, why everybody's got a CDJ now? Everybody can get a little controller for $200. Cool.
That's wicked. That means the whole scene is riding that wave.
Yeah,
get on board with that.
But then that's okay. You got some competition. Congratulations.
We want the competition.
Yeah, but the people that are complaining while they're on their ass, wondering, I'm a better DJ. It's like, it's not about being a better DJ.
It's not about that.
Gone.
Yeah. No. Stop thinking about being a better DJ.
That's why those other guys are passing you.
Yeah. And are
you have the better
marketer?
skills, but are you marketing yourself?
And on top of that, I want to add as well, it's about how quirky and weird and wonderful you are. Like that's what makes you stand out.
Yeah.
Is
Personable.
owning that.
You're
owning
personable.
the fact that you've got some weird things and you like Pokemon cards and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
It's just being like, yo, this is me.
Well,
I stand for these things and I love these things, and you talk about them and you keep talking about them.
It's a human connection.
Your tribe will be gathered around that because of.
And if you look at the most successful streamers that are doing that, they do let them into their entire life. They understand every facet, because sometimes they're streaming 8 hours a day.
It's scary.
And you are literally, it's like
vulnerable.
What's that Jim Carrey movie where he's like,
Truman Show?
Truman Show.
Truman Show.
It's kind of like turning into that in a way.
Love that
Classic.
movie.
Because your whole life is on a screen for people to access, and think about how many different ways. So if I have an interest in Pokemon cards, but I also like cooking in the kitchen, and I like to skateboards, and like you're going to intersect all these different followers, and they're all going to follow you, and that's how you get millions, because you have to have different ways to approach. And if you really start to break down what you guys are doing, you really are so accessible. Because everybody loves food, everybody loves music, and everybody loves to have some fun, and it's
and everybody wakes up with
I'm really
Morningwood.
excited for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's all around the world like a Mexican wave of wood.
Just everybody wakes up with Morningwood. You're healthy, ready to go.
Good
Oh, damn.
circulation.
Quadruple entendre. You're healthy.
Coming back to just the format, I feel like the Vegas way, we're just stuck in. The club opens at 10:30. The nightclub opens at 10:30 and closes at this time. The day club opens at 11 and closes at this time. Everyone's structured the same.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't anybody disrupting that? I feel like if anything, we're being disruptive to just being original and doing, hey, this
breaking
is
a
what time
mold.
we're going to start.
Yeah. And
This is what time we're going to do it. It's a day rave. I don't know anybody that's doing that. The coffee raves have definitely been an influence. We saw that popping up in LA and wherever that spot is.
This
but
is different, though. I didn't mean to, like...
No, 100%.
I would just say that as a trend.
We just love coffee, and we want to
We like
I
coffee.
didn't even think
and,
of it. Yeah.
No, well, that's definitely been everything we're consuming has inspired us.
Yeah.
Whether it's the music, our community that's in town of people that are working every single week on the strip, going down there and playing for strangers. Like, we just need something for us. And we're sharing that with everybody and trying to grow that community. And I'd love to branch out and do this in other states, because we need that across the world, in another country. Get it out to the plains of Swindon.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. Do you think that you have kind of cracked the code with, because obviously, being here in Vegas, not everybody understands this, but it's really intimidating when you're going head to head with somebody like a Tiesto and Stevie Aoki
Right.
and Diplo. They're all out down the strip. Here we are trying to make a name for ourselves in amongst all these super celebrity DJs.
Right.
And do you think you kind of cracked a code, like where like your brand is kind of like circumventing the normalcy of like, hey, I just have to be a producer to get on a stage, and then get out a billboard, and then I have a hit single, and then I can get booked for $100,000 a night. Do you think you've kind of created a new avenue in which you can be booked as a headliner? Like, do you think this is going to create opportunities where you're going to get approached by an Omnia to be the Morningwood Super Show? You'll be cooking on Omnia's stage. Do you think
We've already been approached. Yeah. We're already
For a nightlife experience? Like,
Some nightlife places have asked
daylight
us already.
and nightlife. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go. Wow.
Well, that makes sense is the question.
That's what I was
Is it
gonna
on
ask.
brand?
Yeah, you
that's
have
the
to-
thing.
you-
Because then it's just another DJ that's DJing in a club.
Right.
Just
have to
like you would
protect
go
your
to a
brand.
restaurant.
Yeah. So it may be lucrative or seem like it's lucrative and feed the ego of the situation.
Yeah.
But does it actually right? So that's like
Absolutely true.
So
Yeah.
you have to think about that really heavily. But it's amazing you already got the offer.
That was one of my
That's
questions.
incredible.
Yep.
Because you're trying to pretty much say, I'm not selling out the brand. Like, yeah, you want us, but is that going to be the our essence of the party? So you know how to separate the DJ side and the business side then.
Yeah. And I'm new to the DJ
Because
world.
when you're a DJ, I know when I wanted to play everywhere, but I have to think also like the business side. Does this make sense? Does that ever conflict?
Yeah.
You being a DJ and but I want to play there. Yeah, but dude, it's not good for the brand.
Yes,
or how do you
all the
guys
time.
balance that?
All the time. We're having
I
these conversations
go
daily.
through that a lot.
Daily.
So,
Yeah.
Daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having these conversations daily. We were getting approached by a lot of different types of places as well. Venues want us to come in and activate there, but it's like, okay, well, how do you want to do that? Like we're very, very particular about how we're represented, and the brand has to fit what we're doing and the way that we see the vision. We want to retain creative control for that, because we've built that community around that type of a feeling at the party. So it's important that we're able to keep that and not try and reinvent the wheel of wood.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone that has reached out to us, but I think that these people just want to put butts in seats or get people through the door, and they see the concept that we're doing, and they don't even know what they want. They just see that we're doing something different.
Yeah, we
and
just got
they're
their attention.
We have their attention, and they're trying to put it on us, but at the same time, we're wanting them to, what are we getting out of this? Because we're already doing our thing, and we're going to keep doing
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And why
But
sell out, right?
why- exactly.
It kind of feels
It
like you're
comes back
selling
to
out if you
the-
just go up there
Yes.
and chefs. You're not going to have the essence
Yep.
of cooking, the wheel, the people in the booth, everything that you're creating, you know, your
Yep.
chefs. It's just going to be you guys and chefs. Like, well, it's not up there, you know, it's not going to be.
Because
the
like
essence of it.
there's a certain point, like just think about from a venue perspective and somebody that's actually, I'm not talking about like the watching the stream. That's different because you can
Yeah.
control that vantage.
Well, we're
point, right?
live, baby. Whatever happens on the stream, we're
No, but
live.
what I'm saying from like the people that love coming to your show, I'm sure you have regulars that
Yes.
come to every
Yes.
show, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Been all
the last thing you want to do is
15.
alienate that regular.
100%.
'Cause, like, you
they're
can't
the
get
original
too
crew.
big.
They're
Yeah.
family.
Definitely. I bet. Oh, I don't want to go. You guys sold out. Like,
They're the
in a sense,
Yeah.
right?
So we have to keep that. That's also that's a balance for us every single time to keep that. But so to answer your question, do we think we've cracked a code? No, our heads aren't in the clouds, but we do realise that there's something there.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do is just water the grass there because it can look like the grass is greener, but it's not, is it? That's the quote. The
Yeah.
grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah.
So we're just making sure that we don't get tempted by this exciting Eden
Yeah.
over here, and it's more like, look, let's keep this going. Let's just keep doing what we're doing here.
Because like if you stay the course, it could, the dividends could be astronomical versus just quickly grabbing some low hanging
Yeah.
fruit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes because I wrote this down because I don't want to forget to ask you. But do you think this is your concept's compatible with a restaurant? Could you actually end up turning this into like a restaurant concept?
Yeah, I would have to see their kitchen. It
'Cause
would
it
have
would
to
be
be.
like-
We would build the kitchen.
We would build the
kitchen
kitchen.
TV studio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have to be.
I'd go there
It's
for
like
breakfast.
a Hell's Kitchen. If you think about Hell's Kitchen when that goes live, if you can imagine that environment, but instead
Yeah.
of people cooking the meals, I mean, yes, they'd have the brunch concept there.
Yeah.
It would be a live TV brunch concept with the DJs dressed as chefs.
How cool is
And
that?
then all of
Yeah.
these like SNL type skits and things
Yeah.
happening as it's
Activation.
That's such
you
a
know,
Vegas
the
thing.
milkman
Yeah.
coming in, ding dong. What's happening now? Oh, we've got cashew nut shots. That kind of thing. It's just going to be. It just plays out.
yeah.
with the brand that's sponsoring. Like it's just endless. We have segments. We have a milkman segment that the milkman comes
Wow.
in and gives shots of cashew nut milk of one of the brands that sponsored us.
Yeah, magnesium, electrolyte,
That's huge.
potassium.
Wow.
Like it's all health. What is this?
That's
just
really cool.
We're just
Yeah.
we want those brands to be reaching out to us to
nutcase.
to be a part of our. That's the brand. It's Nutcase. We want to collab with these brands that make sense.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and the more that we can help our local community first, that are just in our backyard, then we're doing something right.
Yeah.
We got to start in our home.
Yeah.
And then you branch out from there. So this is the early stages, and
Well, when you guys open up your restaurant,
writing
I'm gonna
the
be first
code.
in line.
Let's go.
then
Cheers.
Cheers.
Because like I
Reserve a
that's-
table because it'll be busy.
Oh man, yeah,
We'll make sure it's a wooden table for you.
absolutely.
There it
Yeah.
is.
It'd have to be wood tables.
Yeah, they have
Come
to
on now.
keep it on brand.
Yeah,
man.
it has to be. Was it Quint? Is that 5?
Yeah.
Entendres today?
Quintuple entendre.
Yeah, sorry. I barely graduated.
Your mind's blown today. Like,
Me too. Me too.
Oh, man. So before we finish up, I want to make sure that everybody watching is crystal clear because I think everybody needs to get a dose of the Morningwood show. So explain to them what's the easiest ways to access your ecosystem.
It's Morningwood Kitchen on all socials, isn't it, Chaz?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing we are hesitant on is the TikTok. They don't really like our name.
Yeah.
They think it's offensive or something. We have 2 O's or zeros as the O's.
Okay.
So Morningwood
on
Kitchen.
TikTok, it's Morning
Wood Kitchen.
Wood with
yeah,
2
wood.
O's.
The wood has 2 zeros.
Okay.
So that's
Everywhere.
what
They
we're
should
trying
get
out.
everything else, though.
Yeah.
And then people aren't dumb. They realize
And
it's...
honestly, just Google Morningwood Kitchen.
Yeah.
Because
Morningwood Kitchen.
it's I found it very quickly, and obviously I've been watching the clips via Kellen, and he put me on to you guys. And it's so exciting to watch because there's so many different types of content you guys are making too.
Yeah.
So
Cheers.
I mean, it's really entertaining. It's honestly, I think it's kind of like it's a love letter to anybody that just wants to have a good time in a it's just fun, just clean fun. And I'm really excited for what you guys are going to develop next. And, we're right in the first row rooting you guys on. So
Cheers to
I'm
that.
excited to see what
Cheers.
happens.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers, boys.
Salute.
Cheers to
Cheers, boys.
Morningwood.
Cheers to the morning
Never thought
wood.
I'd say
huh?
that.
Yeah, exactly. But why not?
All right, guys, another episode of the Club Killers podcast in the books. Thanks so much for the Morningwood crew. We got Mark Eatson, and we got Overlake, and we got Exile in the building.
Style, with the new shirt, with the new,
Yeah.
the
Actually,
new
got 2 new
merch.
shirts.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
Hey, yo,
Let's
we'll be on the
go.
site soon. Shameless
5
marketing.
seconds.
Big
Right
ups.
here.
Is America going to bring it
shout
home?
out to producer Kellen. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one.
The world famous Club Killers crew. You know how we do. is Club Killers Crew. You know how we do.